Aku mau mau. Aku mau mau pa. E ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai ka iki mai luna mai. Ona mea huna no. Awe mele e ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai ka iki mai luna mai. Ona mea huna no. Awe mele e ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai ka iki mai luna mai. Ona mea huna no. Awe mele e. Kakaiake komomai. Good morning and welcome as we start with the AOMI prayer chant. The Hawaiian prayer chant beseeching the Great Spirit and our ancestors with 3 octaves. The first octave, beseeching for the wisdom of the story being told. Then why would they be telling these stories to their children? And the highest octave is we beseech the Great Spirit and our ancestors for the wisdom of life experiences that become our stories. With that knowledge, we don't need to repeat them over and over. And every day with ALA, we get a dawning of a new day to try to do better in life. And so it is. Amen. What an honor it is to be here with you this Sunday morning here in beautiful Kailua Kona, Hawaii. And so, wow, what a gorgeous day, what it always is. And wherever you're coming from, welcome. Kakaiaka and Ekomomai. And so as we started with this, we'd like to continue with the affirmation, vision, and mission statements. So I'll have you, Paul, please stand as we'll do this all together. And here we have our affirmation, embracing our spiritual commitments together. I awaken to my divine consciousness and co-create with the divine to manifest my highest good. And so it is. And here at Unity of Kona, we come together with a vision, a world family of oneness, peace, and love, with our mission to inspire spiritual growth through service and practice, love, prayer, faith, joy, and honoring everyone as a child of God. And as we got everybody standing, we'll continue the service with our opening song, and we'll have some singers coming forward, I hope, maybe a couple. Somebody give me a hand with this as we do New Beginning. Where's Elaine? She's on her way. Okay. She's our choir director, so we're going to do this.
We're going to try.
Okay. Coming in there.
I know, Sean knows the timing good.
Sean knows the timing, yeah. All right. Here before, echoes from years ago, trying to break the patterns to find peace of mind and create a new life. You can't stay, you're on your way to better days. You're breaking away. This is your new beginning. Walk through the door and keep on living. Now you can shout, you can cry, sing it out and say goodbye. Days before that left you spinning. Yeah, this is your new beginning. Taking time to heal your wounds. In your mind, flowers start to bloom. There is beauty in owning your past. You are free to make times last. You can't stay. You're on your way to better days. You're breaking away. This is your new beginning. Walk through the door and keep on living. Now you can shout,
you can cry, sing it out and say goodbye. Days before that left you spinning, yeah, this is your new beginning. Be kind to yourself when you fall back. You are not lost, you're right on track. There's a whole world out there, many roads to be traveled. Take a chance and dare, yeah, this is your revival. This is your new beginning. Walk through the door and keep on living. Now you can shout, you can cry, sing it out and say goodbye. Days before that left you spinning, yeah, this is your new beginning. New beginning.
Woohoo! Thank you, everybody. And now let's take a moment in the sanctuary as we greet one another. It's been a week since we've seen you. Maybe you've got some new faces. Say hi to everybody in the sanctuary. And if you're joining us online, it's time to leave a little comment in the comment section so we can greet everybody as we always like to do. But give us a moment as we greet one another here in the sanctuary. Mahalo nui. All right, attitude's everything. I like my little bells. Welcome, everybody. Now's the time in the service we get to greet our guests and visitors. And if you haven't been here in a while, or maybe it's your first time, we'd like to ask you please stand up, give us your name and where you're from so we can formally welcome you. Hi, my dear. Gail from Wisconsin. We'll have to talk. That's where I moved from. Welcome, Gail. What part of Wisconsin? Kenosha. I got you. Yeah. All right. Welcome to Unity of Kona. And you can find my friends? Yeah. Eric and Diane from Bend, Oregon. Unity of Central Oregon. Awesome. Well, thank you for coming and sharing some time with us here this morning, Eric and Diane. And it looks like everybody. And so anybody joining us online, we'd like to throw it all out to everyone with a great big aloha And God bless you. Thank you for joining us here this morning, folks. What an honor it is to be here sharing the light of love and the unity. Can't we all just get along? And what an honor it is to have that aloha culture around us, sharing this light of love. And so with that, we'll move forward. Oh, don't forget to join us upstairs for some refreshments after the service. And if you're joining us online, just dream about it, because it's pretty good. And we got a couple of announcements. And first and foremost, we are a prayer ministry. So we know the power of prayer and how it works in our lives. There are prayer request forms, look like this, in the back of the sanctuary, also up in the main office. Little box, fill out your prayer requests, send them on to here, and we'll pray over them here with our chaplains, and then send them on to Silent Unity. Silent Unity also has that Be Unity app. With that app downloaded on your phone, iPhone, Android, download that. Instant connection to prayer. 30 days of consecutive prayer at the Unity Village, Lee Summit, Missouri, and the light stays on. It's a prayer vigil, and 24 hours of prayer, and with all our prayers and your prayers sent together, Unity Village prayed over. This is the power of prayer. We all know that when two or more are gathered, we have a unity community gathered in prayer. And what an honor it is to be able to share that. With the Be Unity app, you also get instant access to hundreds of articles, inspirational videos, meditations, and so there are lots of access resources there. So don't hesitate to use these resources that are available to us. And now for a few more announcements, I've asked Patrick to come up and share the rest of the announcements for us. So give him a hand. Thank you, Patrick.
Good morning, everybody. I would like to recognize Sean once again as our team member of the month. Thank you, Sean. Sean, thank you for your loving service to our spiritual center. We're so blessed to have you here. Sean does so much here at Unity of Kona. She's a co-leader in our choir. She facilitates a bi-monthly meditation group, provides Reiki energy during healing services, brings food, fellowship, filled in as platform assistant, bakes and helps with circulation days and the bake sale. Sean, your willingness to offer whatever support is needed and to share your time and talents is always greatly appreciated. You're a bright, shining light. Thank you so much. We love you. Clyde facilitates the weekly Qigong class on Monday mornings from 8 to 8:45 at the old airport State Beach Park. As soon as you go through the gate, just go hang a left. It's the first beach that you can get to out there. On Monday evenings from 6 to 7 p.m., Dondi leads a ukulele Kani Kapila style jam sessions from beginner to experts here in the sanctuary. Bring your uk, some will be available to use, so come, learn, play, and share. Reverend Sophia is teaching a 8-week heart-centered metaphysics Zoom class, Metaphysics 1, from 8:30 to 10:30 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time that began last Friday, July 26th. It is an 8-week study in the underlying principles that shape our spiritual and physical worlds. They are studying and discussing foundational principles of heart, Christ consciousness, oh my gosh, I skipped a line. Principles of heart-centered metaphysics and the highest form of mind action, including building Christ consciousness, our purpose, the purpose and divine plan, meditation, prayer. There's a $45 class fee if interested. The deadline to register is tomorrow with Reverend Sophia by sending her an email at reverendsophia@yahoo.com. That is Reverend Sophia, all one word. There's also a posting on the Unity Kona Facebook page for more information. And starting Wednesday, August 7th, from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time, Reverend Sophia will facilitate Wisdom Wednesdays, which is a weekly virtual gathering for Unity's members and like-minded individuals to engage in inspirational teachings, affirmative prayer, and guided meditations, creating a sacred space for spiritual growth and community support. If interested, send Unity of Kona an email at unityofkona, all one word, @gmail.com. Mahalo. And as you all know, it takes a village to run our spiritual center, and we appreciate everyone. Kindly consider supporting Unity of Kona by becoming a contributor and sharing your time, talent, and treasure. There are several sign-up sheets at the back of the sanctuary for you to consider, along with the refreshment sign-up sheet upstairs by the food. Thank you so much. Mahalo.
Mahalo nui, Patrick. We appreciate everything you do. Nothing would happen here without Patrick on the computer making this thing happen. So we do honor you, Patrick. So thank you so very much. And I want to say special thanks to Craig for filling in last Sunday when I missed it. So thank you, Craig. Oh, God bless you, brother. You're amazing. You know, the timing is everything, and it worked out just perfect. So, and now is the time in the service where we'll come to our daily word reading. And I've asked Shelley to come up and do our daily word for us. So please welcome Shelley.
Good morning, everyone. Everyone looks so alive today. And that is our daily word, alive. Divine life flows through me. Sometimes when life seems filled with obligations and routine, I may feel as though I am merely existing, moving from one task to the next without sparkle or energy. Today I remind myself I am alive. Vitally, radiantly, joyfully alive. My life is what I choose to make it. Through my positive attitude and understanding myself as a spiritual being, I realize there is so much more to life than the things I must attend to. I will continue to maintain my daily life and respond to the things that need my attention. But now I will meet life with the energy and verve of divine life, which is flowing through me and animating me no matter what I'm doing. I affirm I am a divine being, wondrously and magnificently alive. Amen. Now he is God, not of the dead, but of the living. For him, all of them are alive. Luke 20:38. So with some sparkle, let's say together, divine life flows through me. Thank you so much.
Mahalo nui. Thank you so much, Shelley. We appreciate the live feature you give us. It's nice to be alive. And now's the time. Just get calm, relax in the seat where you sit. Close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you as we visualize the sanctuary, as we take a deep breath. And relax into this deep breath and visualize the sanctuary of your soul. And as you breathe into this space, visualize this as a beautiful heart. And as we breathe deep into this beautiful feeling of loving energy of those around us flowing in and through us, we see that loving energy flowing around every person in this sanctuary. And breathing out this loving energy around every person, every being on this earth and in this world. And now, if there are any events or circumstances in your life, anyone you know in need of prayer, let's take a moment and see them in what we've just created, this most beautiful, loving heart. And with all the thoughts of love and prayers, we'll come together and do our prayer for protection. For the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. And the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Mahalo ke akua. Thank you, God. And so it is. Amen. And now's the time in the service. We have some special music brought together as an encore. And so please play it, Maestro. In power. In power. Okay, he's the one that threw me off. It sounds
I am made of the light that hung the stars in the night. A perfect thought since time began. I am. I am one with the love that's holding all of us. It's power in my hands. I am. I am called by the voice that speaks of truth and joy, forever blessed where I stand. I am. Of the light that hung the stars in the night, a perfect thought since time began. I am. With a love that's holding all of us, it's power in my hands. I am. By the voice that speaks of truth and joy, forever blessed where I stand. I
That was powerful. Thank you, Kayla. You put together a slideshow that was just incredible. We could have looked at a blank screen and listened to that, but that was just fantastic. And so now's the time in our service. I just want to thank Kayla again for that. That was just amazing. Thank you, Kayla. Yeah, she puts so much energy and time into everything she does. And now's the time in the service where we'll introduce our speaker with meditation and message today. And so everybody here knows Sasha Knowles, but she's been around here for a long time. Her mother, Reverend Deb, has spoken here. Well, she's spoken here with Reverend Deb many times because that was her mother. And so Sasha, raised in unity from her high school years, she's an amazing person and energy. So let's pass it on to Sasha Knowles. Thank you, Sasha. Aloha.
Good morning. Thank you. No need. Thank you for having me here today. And that was beautiful. Elaine, thank you for picking the music and then the slideshow. That was just amazing. We're going to be talking today about speaking your true you. But first, I'm going to take it down a little bit. We're going to take it into some quiet time of our meditation and centering prayer. So if it feels comfortable for you, close your eyes. if that's comfortable for you. It is our time to go to that sacred place of the Most High in us. And we can do this by just breathing. Taking a deep breath, that breath that is God, that is Creator, and hold it for just a moment. And as we exhale, we begin to relax. Breathing in again deeply and holding it briefly. And as we exhale this time, we quiet our mind and calm our emotions. And we just let anything that blocks us from being centered and on purpose, from being here right now, we just let go and we let God. And breathing in once more and holding it once more. Exhaling this time, we rest in the consciousness of our heart. Allow your breathing to be an easy in and an easy out. And just watch your breath in these moments. Breathing and relaxing. Breathing in and trusting and knowing that God, Spirit within, is guiding and directing us in everything that we think, say, and do. Allow yourself to feel this energy, the energy of the heart, this light of the Spirit of the Christ, God, universe within. We know and affirm this truth. I am now open and receptive to the divine light within me. I am now open and receptive to the living Spirit of God in me. Affirm this silently in your mind and your heart. We know this truth permeates every cell of our being, and we are whole and complete. As we go into a time of quiet prayer, let us ask, seek, and knock whatever is in our heart. What do I want to let go of? What no longer serves me? Whatever we may want to know right here and right now. How can I step forward with love, grace, faith? Show me how good this day, how every day can get. And in these moments, receive your blessing. As we take another deep breath, we can truly feel the presence of God, the presence of Spirit within. Thank you, Creator, Universe, Spirit, for blessing us, for shining within us, for letting our light shine today and always. Thank you, God. Amen. When you feel comfortable, you can open your eyes. And as we breathe into this moment, I am so happy to be here with you, as always. I think I say that every time, but it's true. How is everyone feeling today? Oh, alive! Woo! I have to give a wink to the camera. You know who that's for. Stan and Glenna. I told them I'd give them a wink, but I had to say it out loud. They're tuning in right now, watching us. Well, we are working on, right now, this 15 commitments of conscious leadership. We are already on week 4 of this. So I thought we could do a quick review. The first week we talked about living above the line or below the line. Above is being we're open and curious and committed to learning. Below, we might feel closed off and defensive and to being right, like committed to being right. We talked about taking radical responsibility. Above the line, we commit to taking full responsibility for our lives and supporting others to take full responsibility of theirs. Below the line on this radical responsibility might be that we blame everyone else and ourselves for everything that's wrong in the world. And we're a victim, a villain, or hero, and taking more or less than 100% responsibility. Week 2, Kayla took us through learning through curiosity. This is a real short summary, so you can always go back and watch the videos of each one, and it goes into more depth of each of them. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to review a little bit. But week 2, we talked about learning through curiosity with Kayla. It was so fun. Above the line, we're committed to growing self-awareness. Every interaction is a learning opportunity, and curiosity is a path of rapid learning. Below, we're trying to be right, defensive, especially when we're certain we're right. Last week, we talked about feeling all the feelings. Above the line, we were committed to feeling the feelings all the way to completion. How many of you guys practiced that this week? I really found myself really practicing that instead of going, oh, like if I was driving in the car and a moment of sadness came up, oh, just let that come up and out. And let them come. And did you guys practice locating them in your body? I was really trying to pay attention, to really correlate my feelings to the parts in my body. And let it move through, breathe, vocalize, and release them. And if we decided to live below the line, we might be commit to resisting, judging, and apologizing for our feelings. We might repress, avoid, or withhold them. And that brings us today. We're going to talk all about speaking your true you or speaking candidly. I have to be very honest, I was not happy to get number 4. I was like, how did I fall on number 4? Couldn't I have had last week? It talked about emotion. I could have danced and moved. I had a lot of ideas for that. Oh, man, I got to tell the truth. So I'm being honest. I was not so happy about it. But it was, of course, in divine alignment that it was my talk. So I thought, I remembered one day, I knew my mom had done a talk on always tell the truth. So since she's talking about me here, I decided to bring her into the service today. So there's a little clip from YouTube. Well, not on YouTube. A clip that I recorded somehow. And I have on here. And you can see how far, and I wanted to do just a side note, how far we've come at Unity of Kona in our audio and visual. Like, it even says on the platform, it says, sorry for the glare. So it just shows you. So it's not a great quality, but I hope you get to hear the message anyway. Wait.
Most of you know my daughter, Sasha, who works with the children in Sunday school, and she couldn't be here today. And she grew up with this. This was like her. Every one of my children had a mantra growing up. And this was Sasha's. And so I'd always ask her, what's the most important thing? And she'd always say, to always tell the truth. Now picture a 3-year-old, to always tell the truth. And now I can ask her that question, and that is her first response. And she's teaching her children. What is the most important thing? And it's always to tell the truth. Always. And what is the truth? The truth means many different things to many people. Wouldn't you say? Because Napoleon's truth may not be the same as my truth, Virginia's. We all have experiences in life that we have that experience truth.
I mean, this is exactly what we're talking about today. Actually, she summed up as she went on to talk, she kind of gave this talk a lot. And she would do that to me, I'm telling you, until in my adult life. What's the most important thing? And I'd be like, to always tell the truth. I guess when I was little, I was happy to share that. But it was something that was our thing, and she was right. And I was so happy to be able to share that. So what is our truth? What is your truth? My mom went on to say in this particular talk that in order to know and to speak your truth, you must first start with the silence. She encouraged everyone to go into quiet, to complete silence, to that secret place of the Most High. If we do that every day, if we stop the noise, we will then be able to know what is true for you. How many of you like complete silence? Okay, of course, you're truth students. Hello. But I don't mean silence like scrolling on your phone in silence or watching a show in silence. Of course, I mean going within. There is some magic to that. It can feel uncomfortable at first. She went on to talk about riding in the car with teenagers, with her grandkids, and how they were always on their phones. Or they wanted loud music. She says there is no quiet with teenagers. I think is exactly how she said. So she would encourage, okay, everyone, we're going to put our phones away. And she would encourage to be in the silence, to cultivate opportunity for conversations to happen. And I kind of thought that was true. And she goes on to correlate to ourselves. If we sat in 15 minutes of silence each morning, that we would be ready and we would be in tune with what is true for us. And I realized I often will even shower, cook, walk, drive with something on, like something to keep me company. So I challenged myself this week to be in silence, even not just my allotted silence for meditation in the morning, but throughout the day, just to have space to let what is true for me come in. I challenge you too. In the book we're studying, it talks about being aware. I got to thinking that being aware happens easier when I have taken the time to be in that silence, when I've taken that time to center myself. That my truth is right for me is easier to find. It is interesting that motto was my motto because as I've grown, I've often thought in my life that someone knows what is more true for me than what I know is true for me. Has anyone ever thought that? Whether it could be a doctor or even a friend or a spouse or a parent, that someone else might have the answer more than what it is for me. Whew, that's been taken some practice to honor that what's true for me. Even sometimes writing this talk, or any of these talks, has stretched me to be able to share the truth instead of, oh, what would someone think if I tell this story? It's a process, always. The authors of the 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership show this diagram in this book. So I'm going to read a little bit about it. They talk about what exactly is candor. Most people believe that candor is telling the truth. Certainly, telling the truth is an essential part of candor. But in our experience, there's more to that. There's more to it than that. When we think about candor, we think about 3 overlapping circles. The first circle is the circle of truth. When we speak from the circle of truth, we tell the truth as we see it. If we're not speaking from this circle, we're lying or distorting the truth. Let's say that the boss asks you what time you got to work. Your watch says 9:15. And if you say anything other than 9:15, you're not in the circle of truth. The second circle is a circle of openness. Being open and being truthful can be 2 different things. Most people believe that we're candid if we tell the truth and don't lie. But deep down, they also know that candor also involves openness. Openness addresses the question of how much we reveal, whereas truthfulness addresses the accuracy of our reveal. If a colleague asks you if the colleague asks you who you had lunch with, and you report that you had lunch with a friend from high school, and you did, that would be truthful. If, however, you fail to mention that the same friend is now a recruiter and she was talking to you about a job opening at another company, then you aren't being open. The third circle is a circle of awareness. The first circle answers the question, how accurate was my reveal? The second circle answers the question, how complete was my reveal? The third circle answers the question, how self-aware am I? It's possible to be truthful and open, but not fully aware. Again, if your boss asks you what time you arrived at work and you say 9:15 because that's what your watch says, you're being truthful and open. You are reporting reality as you see it and not concealing relevant information. If, though, your watch battery died and your watch stopped at 9:15 and you really arrived at 9:40 but didn't know it, you're being truthful and open, but not aware. So, this book, I read that chapter probably 4 times. Thank you. I got the book yesterday. And I listened to the audio a few times. And because at first I was kind of defensive, like, but not everybody needs to know everything, right? The authors state that research shows that 97% of people admit to outright lying. Have you told a white lie? Have you told a big lie? Have you withheld all the facts? And when I first read this chapter, I was like, always be truthful and open with everyone? I thought of the movie with Jack Nicholson. You can't handle the truth. Not everyone wants to hear the truth, right? And then I read on to being about aware. So there's the 3 circles do really work together. Especially because I never want to hurt anyone's feelings. And I had great talks with Patrick and Kayla and Sean and Diana all about this, because it was great to get everyone's thoughts about how can we live above the line with our honesty and integrity, but we don't want to necessarily say when someone walks through the door, that outfit's hideous. Even if you might have thought that might have been a thought, but would that be very aware of the situation, a very kind thing to do? Right. What an adventure this chapter was, I'm telling you. So this week, I had a surf lesson. It was the first time I'd been on a surfboard since I was 18. It was very impromptu. I'd meeting friends at the beach. They're surfer girls. I was planning to enjoy the sunshine while they were out in the waves. They're like, it's a perfect day to go out. It's not too big. I have an extra board. I was like, okay, I'm doing this. When I first started to paddle out, I was trying to balance on this piece of fiberglass in the middle of the ocean, and it's paddling out at pine trees, if anyone's been out there. So I'm paddling out. Luckily, it wasn't very crowded. My hair is in my face. My bathing suit's going in other places. And I'm starting to be self-conscious, and my 2 friends look like mermaids out on the water. I'm telling you, they were amazing. But when I finally made it out there, I'm sitting out there on the board, balancing. I made it. They were very encouraging surf teachers, too. They were very like, you got this, girl. I was looking back at this beautiful shore. It really is a beautiful place to look at the ocean from a different perspective, to the being in the water and looking at the land. I was like, wow, we really do live in a beautiful place. I thought of the last time that I was on a surfboard. Let me set the stage. I went to college in Colorado from Hawaii. So I was a Hawaii girl in Colorado, and this is in the 90s, so everyone was like, Hawaii was still a magical place. We lived in huts. They all asked if I was a surfer girl. And I said, yeah, I'm a surfer girl. A white lie. I had been surfing. I was not a surfer girl. My older brother was a surfer. He was sponsored, and he took me out. Every birthday was like my birthday present. He would take me on a lesson. But I would rather do cartwheels on the beach when I was little. That was just not my thing. It never was my thing. But all of a sudden, people liked me. I was cool at college because I was a surfer girl from Hawaii. They'll never know. Oh, but Christmas break came. And one of the cute boys was coming with his family, and he was a surfer boy from California. He goes, let's go surfing. I was like, yeah. I call up my older brother, who is still a surfer. Can I borrow a couple of boards for surfing? He's like, yeah. You? And I said, yeah, you have a longboard for me and a shortboard for my friend. And he's like, yeah, I do. But are you sure? Where are you going? And this is when I lived on Oahu, and we're going to Diamond Head. I don't know if any of you know about Diamond Head. When you surf Diamond Head, it's quite a walk and quite a paddle out, even further than pine trees. I got this. I could barely carry this longboard. It was so heavy. It wasn't the foamies like they have now. It was like a real longboard. It was heavy. So I had to switch with the friend. So I'm carrying his shortboard and he's carrying my longboard. I get to the water. It's crowded. Needless to say, I flailed about for 2 hours. Came in like a beach whale. Totally, he knew I didn't know how to surf. I was busted. Not a surfer girl. That was the first and last time I ever told a big lie like that. I still have nightmares about that. It was a hard lesson to learn. I wanted to be liked, just to be liked by someone. They would like me anyway. It would have been okay to say I didn't have to be out there surfing. The truth of it is, I felt it in my body every time I told that fib. You know that in your stomach, that turn when have you ever felt that when you're not maybe telling completely? And then I wanted to believe that I knew how to surf so bad. So I'm like, yeah, I did. Whew. But it's so much better to say the truth. The energy just flows. I didn't realize how often if you withhold a little bit of information, that same feeling can happen, right? A lot of times it's because you didn't want to hurt another person. That time it was because I wanted to be liked. Have you ever ran into someone in the store where you're really happy to see them, but you're really short on time because you have to be somewhere? And so many times I would not necessarily say something. It'd be so easy to say, I practice it. I had to write it out to practice because I'm not good at this in person. Like, I'm so happy to see you, but I have to run. I look forward to talking to you soon. But for some reason, when I'm with that person, I have a really hard time doing that. So now that made me late, or my kids were waiting. Like, how many times my kids were waiting for me because I was talking to someone and I wasn't honest that I really didn't have time. So that can be a little lie. So instead of being true to myself, true to you, speaking our true to you, because I don't want to make somebody mad. I want someone to like me. Oh, man. This chapter also discusses being a person who can listen and others can share candidly. One of the greatest gifts we can give one another is to listen deeply to what the other person most wants. Have you ever been in the presence of someone who listens deeply? You feel really heard. On the flip side, have you been in a presence of someone who you might have felt judged, not very good, not free to share the truth? Well, I want to be a person that people can feel comfortable to talk with. So that's part of where I want to live above the line, too. Speaking candidly, listening to someone who can speak to you candidly. I have one more part to read in this book. Let's see. To wrap up the 3 circles here, it says, from our perspective, all 3 circles are necessary for the practice of candor. As we grow in, I just can't say candor right. It's not a part of my language. As we grow in candor mastery, we become more honest, more open, and more aware. Isn't that what we want? In a nutshell, for us, candor is a simple yet profound commitment to reveal and not conceal. I'm going to reveal that I'm not a surfer. Our commitment is to reveal our stories, which I shared honestly, a story that haunted me for years. Holding them lightly and expressing them lovingly. At any moment, we are either choosing to reveal or conceal. When we choose revealing, we're choosing trust. When we choose concealing, we're choosing control. Trust is rooted in love, and control is rooted in fear. We believe love-based organizations win over fear-based organizations every time. It's all about love. Our affirmations, which you've got those little cards. I hope I matched it up right. Is that the right one that's on there? Okay, good. All right. Are you ready to say it with me? So we'll start from the I commit. Are we ready? Together. I commit to saying what is true for me. I commit to being a person to whom others can express themselves with candor. Are we ready? Are we ready to move forward speaking the true you? Yes. Thank you for having me stretch myself, sharing my truth, and being up here with you.
It's an honor to have you here. Thank you so much, Sasha. And that's honest, true in all aspects. Thank you so much. And now, my friends, it's time to, in our service, where we'll give our tithes and offerings in support of the ministry, in which there are many ways in which you can make your donation, for which we are abundantly grateful. Some will appear up here on the screen. For those attending service, our ushers will be coming forward and passing around the tithing bowl. For anybody with any spare change, feel free to add it to the building fund, a little house building in the back. Drop your coins in there as we pray for a sanctuary. And so as we hold your gifts in your hands, join us now as we do our offertory prayer together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am abundantly prosperous in every way. And so it is. And while our ushers move through the sanctuary, we'll have some more music, and I think it's something about, it's another one of those inspirational videos that Kayla Denise wrote.
Come, take a hand. Come, give your heart. Come. Come, take a hand. Come, give your heart. Come, as you are. Come, come, come. Lift your voice. Come, shine your light. Come, now is the time. Come, come. This day we have made with God. Come see what love has done. Come, take a hand. Come, give your heart. Come, as you are. Come, come, come. Lift your voice. Come, shine your light. Come, now is the time. Come, come. As we gather in this sacred place, Spirit meets us face to face. Come, come, take a hand. Come, come, give your heart. Come, come, as you are. Come, 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 come. Lift your voice. Come, come, shine your light. Come, come, now is the time. Come, now is the time. Come, come as you are. Come, come.
Well, thank you for that video. That was amazing. And here we are as we all come together. And with our prayers and thoughts for our loved ones and the sanctuary here, as we have our ushers coming forward, it's time to do our offertory blessing. Through Spirit, we know that as we give, so shall we receive. We dedicate and consecrate these gifts to do your will and your work in this center, in our lives, in our community, and so it is. And with that, next Sunday, don't miss us here live on Unity of Kona with the Reverend Sophia. Her topic will be Harmony Through Honesty. And so the power of direct communication, discover how letting go of the story and embracing truth creates harmony and integrity in our lives. And so music next week will be Dondi, who's coming up to do our closing songs. And so we'll have you, no, Faith. Oh, Faith Rivera next week. Oh, that's not what it says here, but I'm really excited. Yeah, Faith Rivera, she's coming in.
I'm excited too.
Yeah, she's sweet. Yeah, we all love Faith here at Unity of Kona. And now it's time to make a circle here in the sanctuary, right behind the front row with the camera, so we can don't block the screens. But well, what an honor it is to do our closing songs. Let there be peace on earth and aloha oi. Thank you for joining us today. Please feel free to tell your friends about the Facebook event service that will remain viewable on Unity of Kona Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And as we hold these thoughts and prayers in our hearts, and we'll come together next week, let's try to live consciously with honest and truth and faith and awareness and spiritual beings we are. Until we come together, we'll do Aloha Oi.
Aloha oi, aloha oi, e ke ona ona no i ka lipo. One fond embrace, ahoy ahia, until we meet again.
As we say, ahui ho, until we meet again, my friends. God bless you all. Don't forget refreshments upstairs. We have a little closing music coming with Dondi and a few of our singers. So enjoy a moment. Let's get together and fellowship.
E Hawaii e kuone hau nawe. Kuole kulahi mine. Holi loa hina pono ladio. E Hawaii aloha e. E haoli e naomio o Hawaii de. Holy, holy,